Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Same Spirit Gaming. My name's Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And welcome back to more Sonic Frontiers.
Woohoo!
I've got to find some portals to get vault keys and stuff. Problem is, I have no other portals that have been revealed. So I'm probably going to have to do more map revealing in order to really get that going.
Yeah, the desert one, I remember it took me a little longer than the other ones. I think even longer than the next island. For some reason. And I was a little bit ticked, I guess you could say, because the desert theme is not my favorite. I like more tropical or snowy environments are like my favorites. That would be a good question of the day for the Discord. What's your favorite biome? Maybe we already did that one. I can't remember. I think maybe... Oh, I know. I think Zent did that one on his... But still. Desert is not my favorite. Parts of this desert area also remind me of the Sonic 06 desert levels.
And nobody ever wants to be reminded of Sonic 06.
No.
Okay, I hope I'm going the right way to complete this particular thing. I'm not entirely sure, though. In fact, I might be getting a little off track with it now.
You know what I really want to play? And I think I'm going to play it for the first time on the channel. If you are not going to play it, is the Shadow X Sonic Generations. I will not pre-play it. There'll be a real reaction to the epicness. Unless you want to play it, which is totally fine too.
I'm fine with you doing so.
Yes!
If I really want to play the game, I can do it, you know, in some other context.
On your stream, twitch.tv/thatrandomchristiangame. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I could do it there. Or, you know, just for fun. Okay,
Yeah,
so I revealed that part of the map, and there are no other... Well, what is this?
Oh, yeah, what is that?
That's another Chaos Emerald.
Oh, that's... Wait, what's that thing next to it? Is that another portal?
This over here is another map revealing thing.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, I could go to that, I guess. I would just need to, like, work my way up here first so I can do all this stuff to get there.
Yeah. Man, I know I mentioned this already. I think on the Power Wash one, but I don't know why this like brings me so much happiness, but I have a Super Nintendo console, the original, and now I have the games I mentioned in the Power Wash episode arrived. So now I literally have a original Super Nintendo with Chrono Trigger, my favorite game of all time, on a, you know, Super Nintendo cartridge. So I just like booted that up and was so happy just watching like the intro.
Nice.
So awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Chrono Trigger is a favorite for a lot of people.
Yeah. So good. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if I could play it here just because, I don't know, maybe eventually. It's just not the most, like, I don't know how to put it. It takes a while to kind of get started and get to the really cool parts. And so, like, you have to let it build momentum, and it doesn't start out, like, action-packed like this game, for example.
Yeah.
This game just, like, drops you in straight into the action. but you know what? All the best things.
Whoa. Okay, how did I miss that? I pressed X as it would. Try again. Yes, I intend to. Well, at least it brings me back here. And not, like, way back before I even got onto this, like, path.
So did you, I think you already said the Sega Genesis was your first console, but
Yep.
did you have a Super Nintendo too?
No, I did not.
Okay. I was going to ask if you ever played Earthbound, but that game looks trippy. Very weird. So what were some of the games you had on the Genesis? Sonic, I assume.
Yeah, multiple Sonic games. Even a couple of more spin-off-y kind of ones like Sonic Spinball.
Oh, nice. I actually have not played that one.
Yeah, I never actually wound up beating it though.
Uh-huh.
Like I was young and maybe wasn't as good at strategy and or figuring out puzzles and whatnot.
I think this was on the Genesis. There was a game called Shining Force, and I don't know if people even know about this game anymore, but it's basically like it was Sega's version of Fire Emblem, I want to say. So it's like a big battlefield and you strategically...
Okay.
Well, Fire Emblem gameplay, if you know what that is. And I don't know if this is the case in Fire Emblem, but in Shining Force, if one of your characters died, it was permanent. So it was
the permadeath.
Yeah, it was very scary when one of your characters was getting low. And I think on one of my playthroughs, I was down to like 3 characters, and I just couldn't even advance because too many died.
Yep. So other games.
Yes,
that I had for the
other
Genesis. Some of the, like, kind of Disney movie tie-in games, like, I'm pretty sure we had the Aladdin one, the Lion King game.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Trying to think of others. I know we had some kind of Batman game.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure if it was supposed to tie into maybe the Batman and Robin movie. That came out in the 90s, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
Literally trying to go back through my mind and remember which ones that we had now. You know, that weren't just Sonic.
Right, yeah. Well, that was, I mean, yeah, for most people who had the Sega Genesis, that was the big one. How could you not like it?
And we did have a bunch of the Sonic games, don't get me wrong. Like, 1, 2, 3, Knuckles,
Oh, did you get the expansion thing?
yeah, where you'd actually, like, put the one cartridge in the other.
Yeah. We didn't get that, but my friend had it, so I'd always go over to his house and play with that.
Yeah, literally it was just like you would play. You could play Sonic 3 as Knuckles, I think.
Yeah.
Was a big thing with that. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out how I get to the next thing that I'm going to.
I'm distracting you.
Yeah, we also had Sonic 3D Blast.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, that one was interesting. It was very different.
That one I did manage to beat, although, like, I think I stayed up kind of late one night, and or even asked my parents if I could, like, keep the system and the TV on throughout the night, just so I could come back to it the next day and beat it.
Oh man, I think I did that before for something else. That's funny. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That brings back memories. So did you get a Dreamcast after that, or?
No, after that we went with Nintendo 64.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
And then a PlayStation 2.
We always wanted a PS2 because they had very cool games, but we got a GameCube instead. I mean, don't get me wrong, GameCube has cool games too, but PlayStation 2, you had the Final Fantasies and Dynasty Warriors we always wanted, which GameCube had like a kids version of Dynasty Warriors, if you can believe it. I don't know if you've ever seen Dynasty Warriors, but...
Well, so, wasn't there some, like... Why am I thinking that's kind of sort of what, like, Hyrule Warriors was?
Yes, that is what that was, yeah.
I'm not sure if that was exactly the game you were talking about, but...
No, it was... The one I'm talking about was on GameCube. It was some kind of knockoff. I don't even know what it was called. I actually have it. All our stuff's in storage because we're moving right now, but I do have that game. But yes, Hyrule Warriors. I always wanted to try that because I love Dynasty Warriors gameplay, and it was like Zelda themed. I was like, this is awesome, but I didn't have that console, so I never got it. I did watch the Completionists episode on Hyrule Warriors, though. Apparently it's like stupidly long to 100% complete that game. Or maybe it's impossible. I can't remember what he said.
Oh, 100%? Yeah, I could see that being the case. Like, what am I supposed to do?
He's gotten into a bunch of drama. What YouTuber hasn't really? I guess
big name
Markiplier,
YouTuber anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Markiplier ever had any issues really that I can think of.
No, like, major controversies anyway. I don't know if Jacksepticeye really did either.
Yeah, that's true. Very difficult to have a long YouTube career. Oh no, I can think of one who didn't have some big scandal. That random Christian gamer.
Big name though. Not there yet.
Yeah, not there yet.
Nor am I sure I'll ever get that big. But
I mean, okay, when it comes to like Christian content creators, the scandals are usually just, oh, you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, that's stupid. That's basically the scandal. Then you have to say, yeah, you know, this is what I believe and this is what it says in the Bible, so that's, I mean, yep, that's me. Oh, no, but no, that's dumb. I mean, can't you see it? That's going to be your scandal, so get ready.
well, in that case, I've already had that.
Oh,
scandal,
true.
But just on like a more individual level.
That random Christian gamer exposed for being a Christian with Christian beliefs. Well, speaking of exposing our Christian beliefs, this might be a good time for the passage of the day.
Sure.
Oh, if there's not a cutscene.
It's a good enough segue.
Yeah.
I still gotta collect more keys, dang it.
Well, you could do the same one, although I didn't see which missions you didn't get. But yeah, okay, so this is part 2. If you didn't see the last episode, I was talking about... I think there's more than one, actually. There might be 2 Christian denominations that believe musical instruments should not be used to praise God. Basically, that's the gist of it. And some of them even believe musical instruments should never be used for anything because it's evil. But, oh, this one was hard for me, or at least... Maybe not this one specifically, but there's a different one I struggled with. Nice
Yeah,
job.
there was one of those on a different island that I found really difficult just because there were so many
Yeah.
at like all kinds of different angles.
Yeah, and on the last island, I think, like you said, that the time limit is tight too, so it gets difficult. Anyway, okay, so last episode I read Psalm 150, which mentioned, use the lyre, use the harp, use strings, use the, trumpet, everything to praise God. And the counter to that was, well, that's the Old Testament and New Testament doesn't explicitly mention instruments. So here is my counterpoint that they would probably not agree with this interpretation, but I'm just going to go ahead and explain. I'll read it first, though. So this is Colossians 3, verse 16, and I'll do 17 too. It's not really related, but I'll include it. Okay. Colossians 3, verses 16 and 17. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. So what I see in here is let the message of Christ dwell among you richly and through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. Now they read that and probably say, oh, well, it just says singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. But I see right here specifically it mentioning psalms, and psalms were always known for using instruments. So I kind of consider that an explicit, not explicit, that's not the definition of explicit, a implicit reference to instruments, because psalms were sung with instruments. And I showed you in Psalm 150, literally it says use instruments. So if the New Testament mentions this, that you should sing in psalms, the next logical step is, okay, psalms used instruments, so it's okay to use instruments.
Yeah. Or even like, why would it mention multiple different types of songs if none of those used instruments?
Yeah. Yeah,
otherwise I'm pretty sure it would all be the same general type of song.
Yeah, exactly. Hymns, it does mention hymns. Now hymns, I believe, do not use instruments. That's just voice. So if it only mentioned hymns, okay, I'll accept your hypothesis, but it says psalms, hymns, and songs. So that's a very close reference. Almost explicit. Not quite, but almost.
Yeah.
So
but
that's
like,
all I got. But
yeah, that's one of those things where, even just in general, the argument, it's kind of hard to really... It's kind of hard to really make someone think differently than they do if they're really stuck in their way of thinking, because it's like, well, yeah, it doesn't explicitly say one or the other. It doesn't explicitly say do, it doesn't explicitly say don't. So, like...
Yeah. But then at that point, why make it a thing? Like, why even focus on it? It's weird. I don't know. You and me are more like, I feel like we're more accepting of a lot of different stuff, because that's the whole like idea of this community that we're kind of building. Because like, there are Christians who don't think you should play video games at all. So that right off the bat puts us in a, I guess, category you could say. Yeah, I guess it's just like fundamentally we're probably going to disagree with stuff like that.
There we go. Red ring.
Those are hard to find sometimes. Are you kidding me? Are we in Green Hill Zone again?
Yeah, but it's got different stuff in it.
Okay, I do like the 3D Green Hill Zone levels. They look cool. But still, man, they reuse that a lot. This is a desert-themed island and back in Green Hill Zone.
Cannot escape. Wow, that was only the second red star ring?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true.
Wait. Hang on. I want to go over this way to get this red star ring. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Nice. On track for another key.
Now I'm not sure which way to go.
This looks more secretive.
And I'm like, what's this over here? Maybe that was just another landing platform or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, this camera angle is weird.
I see the little camera icon at the top right, not letting you move it.
You think I would choose a camera angle that weird? No, I missed.
No.
Oh well. And that's going to be the only one that I end up missing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Assuming I can get this. There we go. Well, I'm probably going to get the, completion and regular ring count keys.
Yeah. How many more?
100 rings. Jeez.
Oh, wow. Well, you could just restart that one and get the last.
Yeah, let me see if I need any more.
Oh, by the way, this is totally random, but I don't think I said thank you for doing the last of that Santa's Workshop Power Wash Simulator so we could get the time lapse. That time lapse was awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that.
The time lapses are like one of my favorite parts. Oh yeah, and while we're on that note, I will admit I went back and completed the one at the aquarium.
Wow, so how long was that one? It looked huge.
Yeah, it took a while. It was definitely split up into different parts.
Then the robot hit him again.
I look forward to your battle reports once we're home. I'll integrate you into my system, give you control of the whole Eggnet. I'll have you network all my robots. You'll be a refreshing change of pace from Orbot and Cubot.
They are your creations, like me. That would make them like my brothers.
I suppose so.
I look forward to that.
Okay, so that pretty much tells you right there that I guess Sage is supposed to be like some creation of Robotniks. Like some really intelligent kind of, I don't know.
Right.
I was gonna say intelligent being, but I don't know if that's even quite right. Almost like an AI type of situation, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
That's not where I want to go. But it keeps bringing me back to that direction. Okay. I completely lost track of whatever we were talking about. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so
Oh, power wash, time lapse, and the aquarium. Yeah.
yeah. So I couldn't tell you exactly how much longer it was, but like it was probably at least another couple of hours.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this: compared to Santa's workshop, how was it? Way bigger or?
Same. See, the thing is, we were working on Santa's workshop together.
Yeah, that's true.
And okay, so like the square footage of the aquarium definitely seemed like it was greater.
Yeah.
But there weren't as many little nooks and crannies in some of those areas.
I see. So bigger in square footage, but possibly faster. Because, yeah, Santa's workshop had a lot of presents and furniture. Those flags were very annoying to me. It's like having to bray behind the stuff hanging on the wall.
Trying to figure out how to get up there. Do I need to go like all the way back through that stuff? Yeah, you know what? That's how I got there before, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then. Rail time. Actually, it might just about be end of episode time now that I'm looking at
that's
stuff.
true, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
maybe I will work on getting up to that Chaos Emerald there in between recordings, and then we'll just kick it off with that next time.
Sounds good to me. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out.
Yeah. See you next time.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.